Thank you for watching Lex TV. Lexington Now is up next.
On this edition of Lexington Now, new pickleball courts, safety at every step, and a new public art installation. Filling in for Neil Noah, I'm Tyler Rallett. Welcome to Lexington Now for the week of May 26, 2025. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America, and people all over Lexington have taken up the sport. Now, residents will have even more options on where they can play as we cut the ribbon on new courts at Shiloh Park.
Tonight, we're cutting a ribbon to officially open the largest bank of tennis and pickleball courts in our community. Eight tennis courts and 20 pickleball courts. It's no secret that this has been one of our most highly anticipated parks projects in the last couple of years. Tennis has always been popular in Lexington, and pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America. Our growing pickleball community, many of whom are here, is eager to have more locations to play, and tonight we're able to deliver. With the upcoming completion of Cardinal Run Park North, there will be public tennis courts in 15 parks across Lexington and public pickleball courts available at 13 parks. Our city has used a combination of federal and local funds to improve the courts or install new facilities all over town.
It's a true honor to stand before you today and finally cut the ribbon on a project that's been in the works since 2023. It's a long time coming. This well-loved complex has been a destination for tennis camps and tournaments for years, but I think we can all agree it needed a little TLC. And I heard loud and clear from both the tennis and the pickleball communities, probably most of you here, that new courts were needed, and we got to work designing a facility that would honor the tradition of tennis and make room for the growing sport of pickleball. Now, with the addition of these 20 courts, the largest in Lexington, I'll keep saying that, also open till 11 o'clock at night because we have lights. Shiloh Park will continue to be a premier destination for years to come. Whether you're holding a paddle or a racket, this is your home, and we're glad you're here.
We are pleased to continue to bring enhanced and improved opportunities for outdoor recreation that are responsive to industry trends as well as community needs. These courts match your demands, and these courts are the latest but not the last set of amenities for parks and recreation for all ages and interests. Both these net-based and racket paddle sport games will give a wide variety of people access and opportunity to get out and play here at Shiloh Park. We want these courts to be your happy place, be it pickleball or tennis. Aren't they beautiful? I just have to say that again. They're beautiful.
They are.
So whether you are new to pickleball or you are a tennis pro or anywhere in between, we invite you to come out and enjoy play and the sense of community here at the court complex at Shiloh Park.
3, 2, 1.
This week on Lexington Now, we are debuting a new segment, Safety at Every Step. This important initiative is brought to you through a collaboration between the Department of Social Services and Lex TV. Here's Stephanie Theakston with more details.
I'm Stephanie Theakston, coordinator of Lexington's Domestic and Sexual Violence Prevention Coalition. We want survivors to know that there are people in our community who care about you and want to support you. So we're talking to people that you might meet along your way on your path to safety. And today we're here at Greenhouse 17 to hear about services they provide for survivors.
So the services that we provide at Greenhouse 17 are sort of a myriad. Whatever survivors might need to leave a home of violence and a relationship of violence. And that often is an 800 crisis line where people can just call and talk to us and come up with a plan or a safety plan. A lot of folks think of us, I think, as emergency shelter. So if you have no other location to go to and it's not safe in your home, then we have a 42-bed shelter that serves the Bluegrass region, the 17 counties. We do court advocacy, so all courts in our 17 counties, we help folks with protective orders. We have a visitation and exchange program in 3 locations so that if folks are not safe exchanging children or they need someone to monitor, perhaps a parent that is that we're worried about the safety of the children, we offer that service. It's just kind of a mix of things. We do some housing, we do some financial services and budget planning because it's a financial hardship for many people to leave abusive situations. So truly, I think we kind of plan our programming dependent on what that survivor might need. One of the things that I mentioned, though, a second ago was talking about emergency shelter. And I do think it's always really important for folks that are working with survivors and even our own agency. We know that we have 42 beds for folks in this whole region. And we also know it's such a hardship for people to come to shelter. They have to let go of, perhaps where their kids go to school and their housing and their supportive communities because they might be coming from Estill County or Powell County. And so if we can do things to keep people safe in their home with protective orders, security systems, lock changes, we really maybe get them to friends or family. We really try to do all other options before coming to shelter. The best way for folks to reach out to us is to call our 24/7 crisis line, which is 1-800-544-2022. We also have a social media presence, and we also have a website, greenhouse17.org, and we have an Instagram and a Facebook account. And you can message us through those things because sometimes calling can be difficult, but our preference definitely is through the crisis line. And the one other piece that I want folks to know is they don't have to be, I think a lot of people think they have to be at shelter or have met us to participate in program. We also do offer an array of support groups and Zoom support groups that make it a little easier for people to attend, and they can get on our website also to get more information on those. I think the one message that I would like to give survivors that you are believed, that this is a community that cares, that we are open 24/7 to you, that we will help navigate whatever obstacles that you may have. So don't be afraid to call, even if it's just that first call while you're gathering resources. We can just begin to start that journey because you and your family matter.
New public art after this.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Chris Van Brackle with the Lexington Police Department Traffic Unit. Today we are talking about disability accessible parking and the aisles between those parking places. Accessible parking is a valuable and necessary resource for people with disabilities, and that includes the striped area next to accessible parking spots. These are access aisles, and it is illegal to park here, even if you have an accessible parking permit. Police and Lex Park will write tickets when they see vehicles parked in an access aisle or parked in an accessible space without a placard, and the fine is $250. Know where and where not to park. Keep the access aisles clear. Thank you, and drive safe.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. The city recently unveiled a new public art installation outside the Fayette County Detention Center titled The Birth of Hope.
So we are here today to officially dedicate our newest piece of public art, The Birth of Hope. Louisville artist Dave Caudle has created this wonderful sculpture. It is a powerful reminder that hope belongs everywhere in our community. and that change is always possible. Located at the entrance to our Fayette County Detention Center, the Birth of Hope brings brightness and positivity to those who work here and to the visitors who come in and out every day. The piece is dedicated to the men and women of the detention center and illustrates the spirit of the staff who work so hard to protect and serve our community.
This has been a great opportunity for me. When I get a chance to do a piece of public art, I want to do something that is heartfelt, that's important in its own way, and those things were here in spades. The chance to build this piece was really an important part of my career. I felt when I had this opportunity that hope was the single most important common denominator of all the people who are involved with the detention center in any way whatsoever. In good times, we celebrate our hopes fulfilled, but in challenging times, it's hope that sustains us. So I hope that you all have great hopes in your lives that take you places where you couldn't even imagine.
A unique pleasure of this artwork is that viewers will be able to see it and see the site change and evolve over time. I've been able to experience the work during different times of the day with different sky conditions and to view it at night with the dramatic lighting. And of course, the beautiful garden that has just been installed will be growing and filling out over the next few months, providing color and texture throughout the year.
This is a real coming out party, truly, for the whole Public Arts Commission, many of which are here, and we meet every month and we work hard with the opportunity to make Lexington more beautiful, one piece of public art at a time. This is a real gratifying get for that group, for the people that work here and understand what goes on here, but for the city of Lexington. A city built on the infrastructure of the arts, from its moniker as the Athens of the West to the station that it has today as the arts leader, in my opinion, in our entire state.
This very corridor is traveled by many people on a daily basis, and this spot is home to our community corrections facility. And now this statue will be seen by all those who travel it, coming in and out, as well as all the employees that frequent it on a daily basis.
Hope. You will not find it in our policy manual. It isn't on the job description. There is no in-service training requirement for hope. But hope, it is essential in our profession. No, hope is critical to a jail officer to possess. One of the toughest officers I ever worked with one day commented to me that I don't know what good this job is doing. This struck me hard. In that moment, I realized that if we as officers could not find our hope, how are the individuals locked behind these walls going to find any hope? Hope isn't just for the inmates, it's also for us. It's what gets us up at 4:30 in the morning. It's what helps us step back into a unit after a fight. Hope is what allows us to believe something better is always possible. Not just for the men and women behind bars, but for ourselves also. This job, I openly admit, can chip away at you. The long hours, the constant state of vigilance, the emotional toll of watching people stuck in cycles of violence, addiction, and regret. We talk constantly about safety and security in the division, and that is rightly so. But none of us should forget we are keepers of something more powerful. We are gatekeepers of second chances. And if we do not hold on to hope ourselves, we have nothing to give. Today, let's take a moment and challenge each other, officers. Find the small ray of hope President Kennedy speaks of in signs of growth in others, quiet victories, someone getting clean, someone getting their GED, someone calling their kids instead of their crew. Then I challenge you all to find a way back to your own hopes, your family, your faith, your fitness, a good laugh with somebody who gets it. Protect your own hope, officers, like it's part of your gear. At the end of the day, for me, bars and locks do not define this work. It is the belief that tomorrow can be better than today. And that belief, it starts with us. Again, President Obama said it best, while we breathe, we will hope. Thank you.
Mayor Gorton gave the city's annual budget address recently. We're bringing you the highlights leading up to the adoption of the budget, and this week we take a look at the final part of the budget address.
Finally, I want to highlight a very exciting investment in quality of life that I've included in this year's budget. In Lexington, we believe that a vibrant city begins with strong investments in quality of life, including those that enrich and empower our youngest residents. A prime example is our long-standing partnership with the Lexington Children's Museum. Since its doors opened in 1990, our community and in the beginning our government have proudly supported its mission to spark curiosity, ignite creativity, and inspire a lifelong learning love. As the museum embarks on an exciting new chapter with a reimagined home to serve more families and reflect our growing community, I'm proud to include $400,000 in this year's budget as seed money, the first step in a 4-year, $2 million commitment. The future of the Lexington Children's Museum will be a powerful catalyst for education, economic growth, and career exploration. This investment reflects our belief in its potential to help shape a brighter future for all Lexington families. Now, I started the speech today talking about parks and improvements in parks. And I'm ending it with the proposal for the quality of life investment in the Lexington Children's Museum. Lexington is a family-friendly city. We invest in our parks, we invest in our schools, and family-friendly cities are child-friendly cities. Improving the lives of all our residents through excellent service is always our government's top goal. As I often say, government's only purpose is to serve the people. Council members, as you learn more about the many details in my budget, you will discover the numerous ways embedded in this budget that we will continue serving our people. Thank you very much.
We have some live coverage coming your way this week on Lex TV and streaming online. And remember, you can also find the most up-to-date information on non-televised city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now. As always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex, or check our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Tyler Rowlett, and we'll see you next time.